Hey.
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 How's it going?
Nice to see you again.
How's the weather over there in the rest of the world? December 13th edition.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Getting closer and closer.
Yeah, we're over the halfway mark now.
Yeah.
We're actually, closer to Christmas than,
The normal.
yeah. So yeah,
Excuse me. It's my cousin.
Oh yeah. Amy's doing it today. She's gonna be very careful not to knock the phone over. We should have left the crackers until like later on in the month, I think.
Well, that's fine because I've got a nice little surprise for later on in the month.
Okay.
Where's day number 30?
This one here. The one marked 13.
Tell me what it is. Oh. Man's Brown Ale.
Man's not brown. Man's not hot. The big was scrap.
Right, let's have a look at this bad boy, shall we? This bad man.
See if I can. Sorry, Big Shack there. Absolutely ruining you.
So while Hal's getting his out, I'll read you the description. Man's is the original brown ale, first brewed at the Man's Whitechapel Brewery in 1902. The historic recipe produces a dark, rich, full-bodied ale with a luscious flavour and hints of roasted creamy toffee. Ooh, could be quite nice.
Man's
creamy toffee.
I think the only other brown ale I ever had's been Newcastle Brown Ale.
I quite like Newcastle Brown.
Me too. I used to like them more when I was a kid. Well, I say a kid, like when I was a teenager.
What childhood did you have?
less so in more recent years. That is very brown. That looks like Coca-Cola.
It is. That's the twist.
Man's brown Coca-Cola ale.
Yeah.
The original Coca-Cola since 1902.
So yeah, it's quite nice. Nice, understated bottle. Well, cheers to day number 13.
That is very dark, that.
Oh, I quite like that.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's alright. The more I drink this, it's because it's a bit strange.
Yeah. It's
But
like,
once you get used to it, it's okay.
I know it's not the same thing, but you know what it really kind of reminds me of? Taste-wise. Like a really, really weak tasting version of Guinness.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's like a thin Guinness.
Like a really thin Guinness, yeah.
Yeah. But not as nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say it tastes...
Yeah, it's like as if
luscious.
someone's put Guinness through like a sieve.
Put a bit of bit of soda water in Guinness.
I mean, that doesn't sound all that positive, really, does it? Sounds like if someone did something to Guinness that made it worse.
But in a good way.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
I can get more with this.
I think the more I drink it, though, the more I'd rather just have a pint of Guinness.
Yeah. It's very weak, this one as well. This might actually be the weakest one we've had. It's only 2.8%.
Is this? Wow.
Mm.
That's because most of the alcohol got left behind in the sieve.
In the Guinness.
When they sieved all that Guinness, yeah. Maybe it's like olive oil, and it's just been, what you call it? What's the It's been separated.
It's not virgin enough.
That's what I mean. It's extra virgin Guinness. That's what Man's Brown Ale is. Extra virgin Guinness. All the other stuff left in the centrifuge. That's how they do olive oil now, Yeah, because I've been watching the Stuff You Should Know podcast, and the one on olive oil I didn't think would be very interesting, but surprisingly, olives really interesting.
If you say so.
There's like so many. Do you know what it is though? There's like so many different kinds of olive oil, but obviously all from the same like olive. It's just various. They sell each thingy at various stages of
Production.
Distillation. So like all the stuff gets like separated and sieved and that, and at various stages of like clarity, it gets sold like that. So extra virgin's like missing quite a lot of the stuff from it. And apparently all the like pulp that gets left behind, that's like the actual meat of the olive. That gets there's still a bit of oil in that, and that gets wrung out and used for other things as well. And the stuff that's left, it's called like olive cake, and you use that for burning. So like literally it all gets used, even all the stuff that gets left behind.
All the goody bits.
They use it for like burning in lamps and stuff. Crazy, never knew any of that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, olive oil.
Crazy.
Go read about it. Pick up a book, you dingus. It's Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas. You should be reading about olives.
You dingus. Yeah, but this is this is extra virgin Guinness. That's what it is. I think we've hit the nail on the head there. See what the fish opener thinks. Don't think the fish opener likes it.
Not a fan.
No.
No.
Not even any oi-ois.
No worries.
Rip. So, what's Santa getting you? We can't really answer that question, can we?
What is Santa getting me?
A toffee crisp wrapper. That was my mum's favourite thing. Whenever we used to ask as a kid, like, what we'll get for Christmas, or like, or if it was like, what do you want for Christmas, and we were like, I don't know. She was like, at this rate, you're going to end up with a toffee crisp wrapper. I don't know why specifically toffee crisp or the wrapper, but yeah, it was always a toffee crisp wrapper.
Maybe it was your mum's favourite chocolate though.
Maybe. So I do like a toffee crisp.
There's nothing wrong with toffee crisp. No.
I would say they're quite high in the tier list of chocolates. Do you know what it is? That would be an amazing shout for like the likes of celebrations on Miniature Heroes.
Like a little toffee crisp.
Yeah, like get rid of the Twix and put a toffee crisp in.
Yeah,
I'm not one of these people.
Crisp over a Twix, like.
Yeah, I'm not one of these people who are like, oh, bounties. I like a good bounty.
I like
mate.
bounties. I like coconut.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of coconut.
But yeah, give me a toffee crisp over a Twix.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. Do you remember they used to have Galaxy truffles in them as well? I can't remember. I think it was Celebrations.
Yeah.
Like when they first came out, they had Galaxy truffles in, and then they got taken out.
I'm glad that they put in the Malteser ones in now. I like those Maltesers teaser things.
Do you know what I don't like? But it's weird because I actually, in a different format, I do like it. The Cadbury cream egg ones. Like, do you know the Cadbury cream egg like chocolate bars that you can get there in the shape of like dairy milk bars? Them I love, but the small ones that you get in Heroes, Miniature Heroes, I think they're rubbish because the cream in the middle is always get rock hard and it just doesn't have the same taste for some reason.
Not like the best quality.
They're just, I don't know, they're just not very good. It's just one of them things. Yeah, it's not even a case of like the fact that it's smaller, because in the Cadbury's dairy milk cream egg ones, the amount of like cream egg filling you get is probably only like this much, like the top of my little finger. So it's nice in there. Who knows?
Eclairs. I don't understand why anybody would want to eat a chocolate eclair. Like I like the taste of them.
We're talking about Cadbury's chocolate eclairs here, not the actual cream
yeah,
cakes.
The Cadbury's ones, yeah. Because I like the taste of them. And when I was a kid, yeah. But like now I'm an adult and I've got like, sensitive teeth, you get fillings and stuff. Like I can't think of anything worse than like gnawing on a chocolate eclair.
Yeah, I'll stay away from anything like that. Do you know what else I don't like that aren't specifically chewy, but I just can't get away with? Chocolate limes.
I don't understand them.
It's like a lime boiled sweet covered in chocolate.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like the worst possible mashup for me in terms of chocolate.
I think that like...
Be like having a cheese and jam sandwich or something.
I think that like chocolate and lime could go well together, but the ratios are just off with those sweets. Like there's too much lime.
Yeah.
And the chocolate's not very good chocolate.
Yeah.
So I think if they had like a more subtle lime taste and like a better quality chocolate.
Or if it was dark chocolate, I think it would work better.
Dark chocolate would work, Yeah, because when we went to that Christmas market in Durham, that chocolate stand that we got the chocolate from, they were selling like dark chocolate bars with lime salt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even say that. Yeah, we that which one did we have before? It was smoked sea salt and something else, wasn't it?
It was like dark chocolate with smoked sea salt and something else, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, but like
that was nice.
It was weird. I couldn't eat it. Like I ate it, and eventually I was like, that was okay, but it was just.
You had to like leave it in your mouth.
Yeah, the woman said she was just like, you've got to bear with it, just like keep chewing it and let it come through. But you put it in your mouth and all you got overpoweringly was the salt, and that was it. Like it didn't even taste of chocolate at all; just tasted really salty. And then after about a minute, like the chocolate came through and it was okay. It was quite nice.
But when you're eating like a bar of chocolate, you don't really want to sit and chew it for each bit for like a minute at the end.
And that's the thing. Who has time to do that? It's not even the way that you decide you like food. Do you know what I mean? Like even from an evolutionary like standpoint, it's like if I was a caveman and I put something in my mouth and it tasted gross, I'm not going to go, you know what? This is great. You'd be like, ugh, not eating that mushroom again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even now, it's like, who has that amount of time? Think of any food you've ever tried, okay, or drink for that matter. When have you ever like went, you know what? I'm going to keep going even though I hate it just because it might be nice.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. So sorry, North chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay, the rest of the stuff that you do is absolutely A+. But
fact,
the smoked sea salt one was just too weird.
We're going to be North chocolate.
Yeah.
So.
But it is really nice. What we had a stolen one, didn't we? That we got from the Durham Christmas market.
Christmas cracker one.
That was really nice.
The Christmas cracker one was amazing. It was like nutmeggy and.
It was basically like a Christmas version of Rocky Road. That's the only way I can put it. It was great, and it didn't have cherries in, which is a big thing for me. Because I'm not a fan of the fruit in chocolate. Give me whole nut chocolate all day. Fruit and nut, nah. Get out of my house. What was the other one we had? Oh, proper coffee. That was so nice, honestly.
It was brewed with like real coffee, so you actually got like a caffeine hit when you were eating it.
I think it actually had bits of coffee beans in as well, because there was like a bit of crunch to it. And when you got it, that coffee really came through, and it was like, come through.
We probably did it wrong though, because we ended up having it with a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So like
but do you know what it is though, right? It didn't ruin the chocolate.
No, it didn't.
Because I was expecting if I was drinking like a really strong black coffee, that any coffee in the chocolate I wouldn't be able to taste, but I still could. So
all of it, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make it any. It was no worse for
That's
it.
because in the chocolate it was so strong.
Yeah, it's lovely though.
Mm.
Yeah, North Chocolate, check them out.
In Newcastle.
Also, Man's Brown Ale. If you want extra virgin Guinness, check them out.
You know what this would be good for though? Like if you wanted to go to the pub or something and you were driving, you could have 2 of these and still be legal to drive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is though, is if that is the best thing that you can come up with for it, is it really that good?
Well, no.
The best thing about it is that you can have 2 and still drive.
I'm not saying that it's amazing. I'm just saying that it's that's probably its purpose.
Do you know what I think it would be nice in?
What?
Because it's not really overpowered, but it does have like that sort of stouty flavour to it. I think it would be really nice in like a beef and ale pie, like if you cooked with it. I think it would be nice then. Not that it isn't okay like this, but it just it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Since 1902, you'd have thought they might improve the recipe a bit in the last like 116 years. I made it a bit thicker, and in fact, just give it up as a bad job as ale and just call it what it is, which is setting down Guinness.
Guinness.
Yeah. Poundland Guinness, that's what it is.
It's like in the supermarkets and you can get those tiny little stubby bottles of beer.
Yeah.
It's like,
Beer deluxe.
Yeah, beer deluxe.
But that's just French lager, it's not...
I know, but it's like Poundland lager, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, you say that, have you ever had smart price lager?
Yeah.
It's not fun. It's not fun.
I make it a point to not drink things like that.
Yeah. I've only ever had it once, and it's when...
Do you mean like in the actual white cans and smart price on it?
Yeah. I don't even know if they still do it now, but...
They actually do sell it online on Tesco's, I know that much.
But I remember I had some once when I was a teenager, like 17-year-old or something, and it's because we were proper broke and we just wanted to get pissed. And it's not very nice. It's one of those things that, like, you have to convince yourself to drink, like, while you're drinking it. It's like, me mate Andy's got this thing, like, when it comes to computer games, right? So half the time he'll buy a game for his PS4 and he'll be like, oh, check this out. And I'll be like, mate, this is garbage. It's rubbish. Like, the perfect example was the Thief reboot. And he was like, oh, it's kind of cool, this. And I was like, mate, it's awful. It's awful. And I knew exactly how Andy felt about it. He was trying to convince himself that he liked it. And he kept it up for about 2 days. And then I didn't see him for a couple of days. And I spoke to him and he was like, nah, mate, it's rubbish. It's gash. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's what smart price lager is. While you're drinking it, you've got to be like, yeah, it's alright, it's alright. And then as soon as you've finished, like...
Is it just like really gassy? I can imagine it being like super gassy. You know, like when you drink something, it's just foam in your mouth.
There's no nuance to the flavour at all. It just tastes... It's very fizzy. And do you know the Pilsner we had a few days ago? That really sharp bit at the beginning? It's like that, but just all the way through. Rip.
Is it strong?
No, it's something like this. It's like, I'm sure it's only like 3% or something. It's...
Normally stuff like that, it gets strong, isn't it? Like strong and cheap.
Yeah. That's usually spirits though.
Oh, cider.
Like vodka.
Or cider.
Vodka's awful as well. Stay away from good vodka.
Never tried it.
This is just cautionary tales of various food and drink to stay away from now.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what vodka? Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's terrible. The one exception, and you know what? Try it this Christmas, okay? If you've got a few quid spare, because it's not expensive and it's surprisingly nice. Big 2 litre bottle of strong dry cider, okay? Cost like £2.80 or something as there. And double strength tropical juice.
You've talked about this before, but I don't think I'd be comfortable buying a bottle of white shite.
It's not white shite. It's not white lightning is cider and wine.
I see.
Cider and white wine. That's why it tastes the way it does. It's the same with Frosty Jacks or whatever the fuck it's called. And that other one that I can't remember the name of that everyone used to drink.
Something Star, I think it was.
I didn't know. But yeah, it's strong dry cider. Like, have you ever had Scrumpy Jack?
No.
No, never mind then. But yeah, it's not fruity. It's quite...
I'm not like a cider drinker. The only cider I've ever had is like craft cider. You know, the stuff that comes in boxes.
Yeah.
You go put the box in the fridge.
But yeah, the cider by itself, pretty awful. And then it's just diluted juice, the double strength tropical one. But for some reason, if you dilute that cider with that, it becomes like
a tropical dream.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's not amazing. You're not going to be like, oh my word, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever tasted. It's ambrosia. Do you know what I mean? But it's a case of like, you've taken two things that are probably like 3 out of 10 each, and the end result's like 7.5. And you're like, you know what? This is actually surprisingly nice. Like, I thought it would be barely drinkable, but it's actually pleasant. And that's kind of where it sits.
See, I've done some strange things with alcohol before. I think everybody goes through phases.
Like wine and coke, that's one I can't understand.
I don't understand that, but I was saying that I have before, like going back when I was like 18 and I was like drinking in the house. I did have rosé wine mixed with Fanta Fruit Twist. That's because I fucking love Fanta Fruit Twist and I don't like rosé. So
isn't that just what a wine cooler is though?
Pretty much, yeah, but like if you mix it together it makes it tolerable because it's something you like with something that you're not buzzing about, but it was just alcohol and I fancied a drink when I was young. So. Do
you remember when you were younger and like I think at some point, even if it's only for a very short amount of time, I think everybody feels like this, where they think if you mix white wine and red wine that's how you get rosé.
I've never thought that before.
Maybe it's just up here.
It's just you.
It's not just me, honestly.
So
like it never, no, I've never tried it because at the time when I thought like this, I didn't like wine like at all. We're talking maybe when I was like 16 or something. So 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
13 years ago, I am actually 29 now.
Rip.
But yeah, I wouldn't even touch wine then. And now I'm quite fond of red. And white wine's drinkable.
Yeah, I like white wine. I won't touch rosé though. For some reason, I've never really liked rosé, but for some reason, I went through this like stage when I was 18 where everybody that I ever knew sort of assumed. They just assumed that I must like rosé. So for birthdays and Christmas, I used to get loads of like rosé gift sets all the time.
Do you know why that is? Because it's the neutral middle ground
between white and red.
Between white and red, because with red you've got like really sort of rich like flavours and it's heavy, and then you've either got really sort of mild white
really
that's fruity or really dry, and rosé kind of sits somewhere in the middle of that graph. Do you know what I mean?
It's like juice, like alcoholic juice.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So.
But yeah.
But now, the thing that sort of replaced rosé. Like for me, this is how the timeline worked of like alcohol that you could buy anybody, or like the schoolgirls like who wanted to get pissed on a weekend with the parents' permission used to drink. It used to be Lambrini.
It did.
Okay, Lambrini's been and gone. It got replaced with rosé. Now rosé has been replaced with prosecco.
Yeah.
Prosecco is I'm skint but I want to get pissed, or like I'm 16-year-old and I need something to drink before.
It's also the like.
I go at the Labour Club.
The scrubber drink, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be like these scruffy women being like, oh yeah, come round and bottle of rosé, and now it's just like, come on, have some prosecco. Prosecco. No offence if you like prosecco or rosé.
Like, do you know what it is? I've had prosecco and it's not
terrible.
But I don't see what the mass hype is about it. Do you know what I mean?
It's weird because for me it's like it's a very dry
it's
white. But it's sugary as well.
Yeah.
And it's the mixture between it being really dry and really sugary. It always leaves me with a massive headache in the front of my head.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of how much I've had, I could have like a few sips and like I'm not drunk or anything, but I wake up in the morning and like I just feel so dehydrated that I've got like a massive headache.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Feeling like Prosecco hungover.
Well, that was alright.
It's alright.
It wasn't bad.
What's your rating?
I'm going to give this... I'm going to give this 6 jolly balls of jelly out of 10. 6. I flashed a 5.
6.
6! Yeah, it was... I would say it was... when I say above average, I don't sort of mean generally, but I mean outside of what we've had so far. Like, I would say in terms of the 13 that we've had now, I would say it was above average from this calendar. It's not something I would probably buy myself, but it's okay. The more I drink it, the more I can get away with it, especially once I made the Guinness connection, because that's what it tastes like. But when you don't expect it to taste like that, it tastes strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's alright.
I mean, for me, I didn't hate it, but I didn't necessarily enjoy it either. So
Fish opener, hated it.
Yeah. He's only going to give it like a 1 oi.
1, not even a full oi, just an oi.
1 oi out of
Oi!
10 ois. I think I'm going to give it, I'd say 5 shortbread biscuits out of 10. Shortbread's Christmassy.
Are they shaped like reindeer?
Well, no, but you just have shortbread at Christmas time.
Yeah, but they could be shaped like reindeer as well to make it more Christmassy.
Fine, I'll give it 5 reindeer-shaped shortbreads.
Yeah. Yeah, so not bad. Not the worst, not the best. Pretty middle of the road, yeah. But what did we have yesterday?
I can't remember.
Day 13 done.
Right, though.
Day 13 done.
Day 13 done.
We'll see you tomorrow for December 14th, as if I think about that. Thinking of how many fingers to flash.
See you tomorrow for day number 14.
Yeah. Yeah, until then, enjoy the run up to Christmas, have fun, be nice to each other.
Watch Christmas films.
Yeah, go do all the things that make you feel festive, and have a good one.
Goodbye.
See you tomorrow.